Welcome to WD Sports Lounge. All right, y'all. The WNBA season is underway, and we had our first talked about game, which involved the Indiana Fever versus the Chicago Sky. And for those who don't follow WNBA, it's the Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese show. And of course, when these two meet, it never disappoints. But as far as the game goes, there was no competition behind it because the Indiana Fever just showed themselves to be pretty much one of the top tier teams in the league. Although it's the first game, it's the first week, the way they played was totally different. They outmatched the Chicago Sky. It was a blowout. It was the score was 93-58, and Caitlin Clark, who was a rookie phenom sensation last season, pretty much on her first game debunked the sophomore slump by coming straight out the gate with her first triple-double of the season, scoring 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists. And she was she got her teammates involved. It was a group effort amongst the team itself. But I guess the story that's gonna be circulating for the next couple of days is the hard foul that Caitlin Clark committed against Angel Reese. And Angel Reese was fell down after the hard foul and proceeded to charge Caitlin Clark. But Caitlin Clark had her hands up and slowly walked away. And Aaliyah Boston, which is Caitlin Clark's teammate, came in to try to help contain Angel Reese as well. And she wound up getting a technical foul for that movement. But they did give Caitlin Clark a flagrant one foul for the foul because it was a hard foul. Now, my opinion is it's a regular basketball play. You know, Caitlin Clark saw the opening. You know, she saw that Angel Reese was about to do a layup. So she went in and you know, extracted a foul. She made a basketball play, but I think there was a little more spice to it because I think Caitlin Clark, honestly, to me, is on her revenge tour for all the roughness that was given to her last season. You know, she was pretty much roughed up a lot, and you know, she did what she had to do. She was in the gym this off season. She put on some mass muscle, and you know, she's ready to inflict that punishment right back to everybody else. On top of showing that, you know, she wasn't all hype, that she's all game, and definitely she played her game right. And Angel Reese herself, she didn't have a bad game as well. 12 points, 17 rebounds, another double-double, but nothing in the comparison of Caitlin Clark's stats. Of course, we're all going to talk about it. We're all going to labelize it as a rivalry, but the question is it really a rivalry? I think the Chicago Sky beat the Indiana Fever, I think, once last season. And now this season, they already started off 1-0. So if the Chicago Sky doesn't make this an interesting back and forth between the two, we're not talking about a team rivalry between the Sky and the Fever, but we're actually talking about a player rivalry between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. And I feel like as far as basketball goes, you know, first of all, they played two different positions and they played two different games. You know, Angel Reese is more of offensive and rebound and put back in. You know, she's worked on her mid-range and stuff. So, but it's not really much. Caitlin Clark's game is a little more polished, a little more fluent. and it's actually fun to watch. And I think the Caitlin Clark effect has actually worked on the NBA, because now what's going to happen is I feel like players are going to focus more on scoring, focus more on how to make it look good scoring. And I think the WNBA games are going to start, the numbers are going to start going up as far as offensive points goes. And, the passion is there. The defense is there. Those women play, they play their game. And I'm glad that they finally have a platform, or they have an audience and pair of eyes to actually watch them do their thing. So I'm rooting for the ladies. I'm rooting for the WNBA. I know it's not an organization that profits, but shout out to the NBA for keeping them going. And even though it's been 25 years or 26 years since they've been around, and they have not brought in a profit, but still, things take time to build, and you're always looking for that lightning in the bottle to help elevate something. Well, just like Michael Jordan was that elevation. Well, let's go a little bit further. Just like Magic Johnson and Larry Bird were the lightning in the bottles that helped the rivalry aspect of the NBA grow. But Michael Jordan was the ultimate competitor that made the NBA blow up to the mega entity that it is today. Well, the same thing could be said for the WNBA. They probably found lightning in a bottle with the player rivalry of Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, but also now, because of Caitlin Clark's play, it's spreading out throughout the league, and everyone is taking account to it. It's not just a racial thing. People actually like watching her play because her style of play. So I feel like other players are going to adapt that same style of play, and I think the quality of basketball is going to increase as the season goes on. So that's my take on that. But I feel like player-wise, it's in a rivalry, but I don't think team-wise it's not a rivalry. But it's must-see TV. They did not disappoint yesterday. A flagrant foul has now turned into is going to be top story in a lot of sports platforms going into the week. But we're here for it. WNBA is live. They're in full effect. They had their first they're having their opening games for every team this weekend, and we're definitely gonna keep up with the WNBA and other sports as we continue to navigate through the year. So, great game in the WNBA. Looking forward to more, and y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Do y'all think that Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese let's go back to the other question. Do y'all think that the Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky is a rivalry? Or do you think it's more of the Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark factor between the two? Leave it on the comment section and let me know what y'all think. This is WD Sports Lounge signing off. Until the next time.